Well, good evening. It is Tuesday, January 14th, 2014. I'm staying this evening in Prattville, Alabama, just a little bit north of Montgomery. Behind me, you can see my bed that I'll be sleeping in just a few moments. I thought, while am I taking my trip to Florida, to Tampa, Florida, to visit my daughter, I thought I would journal along the way. And as long as I'm doing that, I might as well do a video blog as well. So if you'd like to watch this, I'll just share some of my random thoughts as I travel. I'll send you another one tomorrow. Like I say, I left at 7 o'clock this morning. I traveled south on 55 to Memphis, crossed over the Mississippi River, drove through Memphis, caught a future interstate that crossed that travels across northern Mississippi, entered Alabama, linked up with Birmingham, and went south to just a little bit north of Montgomery to stay the night. Pretty incredible to be able to do that. I'm going to drive to Tampa in a couple of days. Had I chosen to fly, I'd already be there. But a lot of time to spend in your head when you're driving in a car. A lot of time to observe the beauty along the way, both the man-made beauty and the natural beauty. And I'd like to share with you, actually there was a kind of a surprising piece of beauty that I saw in northern Arkansas, just about 30-40 miles north of Memphis. Someone had decorated a wild pine tree as a Christmas tree. It was between a fence that surrounded a large pasture and the highway. Obviously, this was not done commercially. There were no buildings anywhere near here. No farm buildings, no barns, nothing. This was something somebody traveled a long way with a lot of large decorations. There were large ornaments. There was a big thick garland all around this tree. The tree was 15, 20 feet high. And it made me smile when I drove by. Somebody went to a lot of effort, or a group of people went to a lot of effort, to just give a little bit of joy to the traveling passengers in cars as they went by. What would you call that? A random act of joy. And it was kind of neat. A lot of other natural beauty, lots of pastures, lots of farmland, lots of trees, beautiful skies, beautiful buildings when you went through the cities. But again, a lot of time to spend in your head. And one of the things that I reflected on was the ease of travel like this. That has not always been that way. In fact, if you go to the time of my grandparents' youth, this is just 2 generations ago. If you go to that time, and to all of the time that came before that, all of the people that ever lived, a journey like I'm taking was not a matter of a couple of days. Even just this part that I've done, that took me 10 hours to drive, would have been a perilous journey of perhaps a month or more. It would have been taken with armed. It would have been taken armed. You would have armed yourself, or you would have been with armed guards. And that armament was both for protection and for perhaps providing a meal. I didn't need any protection. Very safe out here, I think, or I perceive it. Maybe I'm stupid. Frankly, I think it's safer out here on the open road than it is in the inner city. That's a flip-flop from the way it used to be. Or maybe I'm wrong on all of that. No problem getting something to eat. I had my choice of places to eat. Just about every exit had some type of a burger joint. Just about every exit had a gas station. Just about every exit had a place to sleep. I drove straight through. I stopped just outside of Birmingham for dinner. Had a wonderful barbecue dinner. Drove through, and I had no problem finding a comfortable, secure place to sleep. Behind me is a nice big king-size bed. I can crank the air conditioner way down or turn the heat way up. Just incredible how much of this we take for granted. In my entire life, my entire lifetime, this was the case. Even as a child, we could, and matter of fact, my father did. We got in a car and we drove down to Florida for a vacation. But if you go just back one generation from that, this type of freedom of travel was not available. Period. At all. Another thing that crossed my mind was the wonderful man-made beauty that I saw. I bet you, I should have counted them. Maybe I'll try this tomorrow. How many bridges did I go over today? Hundreds, literally hundreds. Small bridges, large bridges. Some of them were just little bridges over creeks or just to level out an uneven highway. But there was also some magnificent bridges. That bridge over the Mississippi River at Memphis. When I was on that bridge, I was reflecting, all of these people around me and myself, how much faith we take by just pulling that automobile onto that bridge. How many hundreds of people travel over that every day? And again, if you go back just a couple of generations, bridges like that were few and far between. There just weren't any. Just incredible, the freedom that we have today. And I regret to say that I think we take it for granted. Anyway, I'll send you another blog tomorrow. You can delete this one if you want. If you get that one, if you watch this and don't like it, you can delete the one you get tomorrow. But I just thought I'd share some of my observations as I travel down to Florida to visit my daughter. Bye-bye. God bless.